Is it on? Is it on? Oh, so many. So much filming today. So much filming today, guys. So, hey guys, how are you? Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thanks so much for coming aboard and watching my channel. So as you can tell, I'm wearing the exact same thing. I filmed 3 different things today. Tutorial on this look, a hair care or hair update, and now I'm going to talk to you guys about blushes. So this is a let's chat. Let's chat about blushes. Okay, so let's talk about all the blushes for us dark-skinned divas. Okay, so the blushes that I use fall into a couple different categories. So there are my matte blushes, and then there are my blushes that have some sort of sparkle or some sort of shimmer in it. Pink blushes, there's berry blushes, and then there's another category that I'm not really sure what to call them. That was the one that I don't know how to explain. This is a matte one, and this is Raisin by MAC. Now, I wear MAC blushes. I'm scared to really go out on a limb and buy blushes from other brands because I know that MAC works on me. I'm a MAC girl. I will always be a MAC girl. MAC has always looked out for my skin color. Ever since I was in high school and college, I have been able to go to the MAC counter and find my color and not have them look at me like, oh, yeah, we don't carry that. MAC has always represented, and I love them for it. I personally, this is my personal opinion, you can feel however you want to feel about it, but I personally don't feel that blushes work well on my skin or against my skin tone when I don't have foundation on. When I've tried to just put blush on my naked skin, something about, because my skin tone isn't even, I have sort of yellow undertones, red undertones, or yellow, I don't know. Sometimes it looks yellow, sometimes it looks red. And then around the edges, it's darker, and it's just not even. And when I just put it on, it feels like it sinks into my pores as opposed to sitting on top. That's number 1. Number 2, I find that blushes look better and lipsticks look better when I don't have lip hair. Number 3, I'm not open to orange blushes yet. I feel like orange blushes on an everyday sort of basis is weird. I'm fine if I'm going to some sort of event where it's like I want to look high fashion or editorial, but everyday orange I'm not into, or peachy I'm not really into it. Also, I just don't think it does on my skin what it does on a lighter woman. That's personally me. There could be days where I'm not PMSing and I look in the mirror and I think I look fantastic, but the days that I'm PMSing, which happens to be today, I'm not, this whole entire week, I'm not as like excited about orange anything on my face. But orange blush and, you know, as I said in my last tutorial, orange lips, it's really difficult for me to wear it. I can't wear it all the time because I feel like it gives sort of an editorial look. Like it doesn't look, it looks fine, but it's not an everyday going to the store fine. It looks like I should be at a fashion show or I should be at some sort of event, red carpet event where I'm like giving off a look. It's, you know? So I don't have any orange blushes, but I do have like a blush that falls into the peachy pink category, and I use it sometimes when I just kind of want a little bit of a light something, but I really feel like it doesn't do anything. Actually, when I do wear it, I mix these 2 colors. I mix it with a bronze because I feel at least the bronze is gonna highlight and pick up the orange and sort of reflect it off of it, you know? It just looks weird to me, but it doesn't look weird on all women. You know what I'm saying? It's just for me. So let me tell you. So this is my Dollar Store palette of blush. The color payoff isn't necessarily the best, but this was a straight up $1. So like, you know, I use it. There's a pink in here as well. Not really the greatest color payoff on my skin tone, but you know, if I layer it enough, it works. So you know, there's no hate in my heart for this palette. I also use these 2 sort of bronzing colors to highlight right above the blush on my skin. I'm a fan of it. You can get the Hourglass one if you choose, but really, I mean, you don't need to pay that much for bronzer. That's just the way I feel about it. Because bronzer doesn't do the same thing on me as it does to a white woman or a lighter skinned person. So there's no reason for me to spend money on that MAC one, because this is fine. So for the pinks, for my pinks, I have Stubborn by MAC, and this is Prolonged. This is literally the second thing to break on me today. Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm sitting in a chair and I don't want it to like crack all over the chair. Oh my gosh. This is so upsetting. I'm so annoyed. Oh my God. These are too pigmented for my own good. All right. So I have Stubborn by MAC and it was my pink. Obviously now I need to get a new one. It's a pink. I use pink blushes as almost every day. Actually, I used it every day before I found Raisin. So let's get back to Raisin. Raisin I didn't think was going to show up on me, but Raisin kind of gives me like a subtle rosiness to my cheek. For me, sweet as cocoa is to me Raisin with a little bit of glitter in it or a little bit of highlight, sparkle in it. And I used to have that one, and I went to MAC to get it to re-up on my sweet as cocoa, and they didn't have any. So she was like, okay, we'll try Raisin. And I was just thinking, like, Raisin's not going to work. Like, it's not going to show up on my skin tone. Like, it's going to be terrible. And it actually really looks good. It brings a rosiness to my skin and a natural blush, like a natural flush that I really, really like. So Raisin is now like my go-to blush. Whenever I don't know what to put on, I don't know what blush I wear, I put on Raisin. Back to the pink again. This is Love Thing by MAC. It's a mineralized blush, so it has a bit of that like sort of sparkly in it. I love this for when I'm going out, but I don't want my skin to look too, I'm sure, I don't know if you could see that. I don't want my skin to look too pinky, or I want it to look, how do I explain it? I want it to not look like berry. So let's talk about the berry. The berry I have is Revlon's Grand Affair, Golden Affair, Merlot at Midnight. This is a really old line. They don't even sell it anymore. But this is considered a sculpting blush. This is really pigmented. I love this. This is kind of like an 80s sort of blush on me. I don't have to put too much on. I really, when I do put it on, I kind of just put it right on this part of my face. It makes it look a little severe. It really gives me that editorial and sort of high fashion look that when I'm going out that I really like. So anytime I do something that's glam, I'm always using Golden Affair. Sometimes I mix Golden Affair with Love Thing. So I'll put Golden Affair right on this part, and then I'll put Love Thing on the apple of my cheek so that it's rosy and it's pink and it has sort of that mineralized, and that on the side it's kind of like, it makes it almost like it contours. It really goes nicely with my contour, the berry. So I often wear berry when I'm doing purples, when I'm going out and I need something that's glam, if I have a black smoky, just something that's deep and a deep rose on my skin tone, on my skin. When I use the pinks, I use them just when it's like a really nice, fresh, clean look. If I'm doing a spring look, if I have pinks on my eyes, if I have browns on my eyes, if I have orange on my eyes, I'll use pinks. If I have orange and if I use orange and brown, I'll also use Raisin. But Raisin for me is every day. Raisin is not going out anywhere special. Raisin is just to add a bit of flush to give that blush look, you know. Pink is when I want it to stand out. Is when I want it to stand out and look rosy and look whimsical and look feminine. And I choose to go with these sort of deeper pinks. Now you'll really never see me wearing this lighter pink unless, I don't know. You'll really never see me wearing them for real. Like I might put them over something, or I might just add them to the apple of my cheeks for a little blush, but I really feel like they don't show up as much as the MAC colors. So I'm not saying you should go out and buy a MAC, but I'm just letting you know what pinks and berries and neutral tones do for my skin. I don't know what category this Raisin falls under. I don't want to call it brown, but it is kind of brown. I don't know. So there's pink, there's berries, and then there's these sort of neutral brown, I guess, color that you can use on your skin. I'm sure Fashion Fair makes a version of Raisin. I'm sure that you can get it from any brand. Just look for a color that isn't a brown, really, isn't a berry, or isn't a pink. to find that color for you. And I think it's really great for every day. If you just really don't know how to wear a blush, if you're just tired of wearing your pink blush, if you don't want to wear your berry because it's too dressy. Berry is really dressy for me. So if you have any questions or if you need me to explain something further because I didn't get through, I'm kind of thrown off because it broke. So I'm a little like, I don't know exactly what I wanted to say to you guys, but I hope that that helped you a little bit. I hope it wasn't confusing. Please let me know in the comments, please leave a comment and let me know if you need me to clarify anything. Again, berries I wear when I go out at night, when I want to do a glam look, when I want to have a severe contour, or when I want to go over my contour. I use pinks when I'm in the spring a lot. I use it with pink eyeshadow, with brown eyeshadows, if I just kind of want to have like a you're wearing blush type of look. And then I use every day just to give me a flush, raisin, or in the browns, earth tone family for blushes, okay? I find that it's really fantastic. They show up better when I have on foundation because my skin tone is a little uneven sometimes, and I also feel like the color seeps into my skin and doesn't really sit on top and give me that flushed, blushed, rosy cheeked look. There's a couple places that you can apply the blush. You can apply it from your sort of right here down, and then the apples of the cheeks are the two areas for the blush. Sometimes I put berry right here, and sometimes I just put the pinks here, or the pinks all the way up. I rarely ever bring berry into this area, and if I do, I usually add a pink on top of it, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and bye.